Today we're going to be replacing the map light console switch on the driver's side on my 2002 Chevy truck. The other day I pushed it, sounded like an explosion inside. That one still works. And you can put the switch back together, or you can buy a new switch from Amazon. I put this together a couple of times, so I'm opting to buy a new switch, but I'm also going to show you how to put the existing switch together as well. So you're going to need a couple of things. First thing, you need a tub or some kind of catch pan here, because that switch has a bunch of loose parts in there. There's a little round thing that's the contacts, and then there's a white case that's square, and a little pin, and then a little tiny spring. Now the last time I fixed this thing, I lost the spring. I made a spring out of a pin spring, out of a ballpoint pin, and that worked for a little while, but it eventually quit working. You're also going to need a number 2 screwdriver. It does not have to be this insanely long, but it's just a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. There's a screw, I don't know if you can see that, right here in the front. It's kind of hard to get to. You'll stick the screwdriver, you'll stick your screwdriver up in there, and it won't feel like there's a screw, but there is. Just keep at it, you'll catch it. So we're going to go ahead and pull that screw out, and then it's got a clip here and a clip here. You just pull it down, and that's why you want the catch pan, because when you pull it down, that thing can jerk around a little bit, and those parts can fly out. Ask me how I know I lost the spring. I did find the spring eventually, but it was after I'd already put it back together. So step 1, pull the screw out. Like I said, it's kind of hard to get up in there and find it, but it's up there. Come on. There it is. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Okay, I just discovered you kind of tilt the screwdriver forward towards the windshield a little bit, and it catches right on there. It's not straight up and down like you would think. Come on, I got it up before. What the heck? Counterclockwise. I think I'm catching it. Hold, please. Okay, I finally got it. Actually, it's countered toward back from the windshield a little bit. I was wrong. It's got about a 5-degree angle back from the windshield. Not quite out. There. Finally had it. Like I said, it's kind of hard to catch. Hold, please. Okay, I got it. Thought I had it. Where the heck is it? Alright, you Chevy. See, it is a number 2. It is not a number 1. Number 2 fits it perfectly. It's just really hard to catch for some reason. And I'll pull this down very carefully, because you got parts that are going to fall out. Put the catch bucket here. See, my ghost light. Now the best thing is just unplug it right now. Don't fool around with it. Keep it level. That pulls out. So here's what I'm talking about. There's two parts there. There's another part over there. And then there's a little spring that could be loose in there too. So these are the four parts of the switch. Now the reason my dome light kept kicking on and off is because here's the contacts and they were just touching each other as I was driving down the road. I'm going to put this bad boy together. There's your little thing. It's square on one end and round on the other. The spring goes down in the square end. And then on this part goes on that little peg. Snaps down in there. This part has a little tang that's sticking out. So the tang goes towards the, and this is kind of a fight because wire's basically evil. So that one, oh come on, goes there. Come on. That slides behind that little slot there. And then this one goes here, over that little peg. And then a little round thing goes there like that. Here's where it gets fun. You take the peg and put the round end down in the hole. And you put the spring down inside the little peg. And then you flip this whole thing over without it falling apart. And then it snaps on like so. And it's repaired. Now I would suggest super glue in it. See how it's slowly working its way loose? I don't know if you can see, but right there, see that crack is forming because it's slowly working its way loose. I put this together before and it keeps coming apart, so I'm going to just go ahead and replace it. You can get the switch from Amazon and I'll share the part numbers with you. You can also buy that little spring separately. You got to buy 30 of them for $5. You can buy the switch for $7. Just go ahead and buy the switch, be my recommendation. So I've never had this out, but I'm assuming by looking at it that it just slides out like that and then lifts off somehow like that, and then the button falls, so make sure you don't drop the button. This is the new switch I bought on Amazon, 258-77453. That's genuine GM. Don't try to breathe through the bag. Let's see if I got the right part. It has some kind of insertion pin there. And looks like it'll fit. So this switch has 3 contacts. The center's common, and then it alternates connecting between the center and this one, and the center and the left. So the center and either side will work. Now I'm hoping I can fix this other switch, so I'm going to cut it back a little bit. So if I do succeed in fixing this other switch, I'll have some wires to connect to. I'm going to super glue that real good and see if I can't fix it. I'm going to strip these back. I read in the reviews that it was kind of hard to get these wires to go in the switch. We'll see. We're all in this together. So center and one side. Doesn't matter which goes where. There's one. Oh, that wasn't bad. I bet you they were trying to connect them after they put the switch in, which would be a lot harder. Right now I'm just having trouble seeing. And you go. Wiggle, wiggle. Nope. These are similar to Wago. They're just little pinch connectors. There we go. And it came right up. Maybe I need to strip back a little more. Seemed like the center one was a little harder, so I'll do it first. Oh, and there's the release for it. I might have to just do the release. Yeah. If this doesn't work, that's what we'll do next. Nope. Alright, we'll do that next. Let's see if this will work. Screwdriver in there for the release. The other thing you could do is tin the wire, but that sounds like a lot of work. Not a lot of work, but you know, more work than I'm willing to put in. Okay, so you strip back about that much. I figured out you don't twist it. You just wiggle it and push, wiggle it and push, without twisting it first, and it'll go in eventually. I'm thinking, whenever I'm working with GM parts, I always think, well, how did they do this on the assembly line? There, now it's in there, see? It doesn't pull out. So then that goes in there like so. In theory, there we go. And then the button, if you look here, I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little thing on the sides that line up with the little plus in there. Nope. Should be about like that. Let's stay on. Okay. That one's round. That one is not round. Still wants to fall off. Alright, I'm going to figure this out and come back. Okay, so I ended up getting a piece of junk mail. Some thick paper. I made a little thing to go in there. It's an interference fit and it's not interferencing. So we're just going to take that and mash it on there. Try it again. Didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Oh, it's staying. It's on there pretty good. It may fall off in a year or so. I don't know. We'll find out. But it'd be fixed. Oh, the wire came out. This is not ideal. Probably better off fixing the switch it came with. Looks like. I'm gonna junk this video. There we go. Nope. Oh my God. Seemed like a good idea at the time. And that other switch isn't going to work, so I got to do something. Why isn't it working? Maybe I need to use solid wire. That would fix it. Try this again. I mean, I can see the wire going in past the spring connection. It's not staying up. Not working. It just destroyed itself. Okay, I ended up putting super glue on it. Let's see if that holds. Got the wires in it. It appears to be holding. I'm gonna let that set for about half an hour and come back to it. Alright, here's a post-mortem analysis. Now if you look at this switch, it's got a little ball on the end, right there. Right on the end of that black shaft. See, it's got a little bitty ridge. I don't know if you can catch that. And the switch that I replaced it with is the only one available on the internet. I looked everywhere for this switch. It is unavailable. And the button just would not catch on that other switch. I ended up super gluing it. It's been about a month. It's still holding. If it doesn't keep holding, then I'll use JB Weld. Speaking of JB Weld, I'll probably dab some JB Weld along here, or maybe 6000. You can see where I've super glued it several times. You can see the super glue on it. But it just kept coming apart. The other thing, you absolutely should tin those wires. I don't know if you saw how much trouble I was having with them. And they'll probably work a lot better. You may have to tin them and flatten them a little bit to get them to fit in those connectors. But that would be a lot better than what I just did. So that's my post-mortem. Like I said, it's been about a month and it's still holding, still working. So I'm happy with it. It's too bad you can't get this switch at all. Best thing you can do is put this switch back together if you can. If your truck uses the other kind of switch, you're in luck. Like I said, I think that's for a later model. Mine's a 2002. So I end up super gluing the button. It appears to be staying. If that doesn't work, I'll probably use JB Weld if it comes loose again. Whoopsie. Jesus. I'm blinded. Oh, they both work. Let's stick it back up then. So there's two little slots here and there. God bless, this thing's fighting me the whole way. There we go. Now putting the screw in's easier than taking it out. As I test the gods of fate by saying such things. Because you can line it up on the screwdriver before you jam it in there. Don't tighten it too much or you'll never get it out. It's working. I did tighten it too much. And it's just such a pain in the butt to get that screw lined up. There we go. I'm going to just do that tight. If I ever got to take this out again, I don't want to be fighting it like I did this time. And that's all there is to it.